Hello everybody. In this video I'm going to be discussing a number of members of my collection that I am not an expert on, and but somehow have managed to acquire a large number of. And I blame in part Mark Kaufman for that. Look up his channel. He's absolutely a much more informed individual on the topic than I am. And the topic is Swiss Army knives. Everyone's seen this one. Now, this is actually a real Swiss Army knife from that I won from JB in the Saturday Knife Live on New Year's. But there we go with the Victorinox Swiss made. There's your stamps. Officier Suisse. Let's see if we have any other stamps here, because I know among Swiss Army knife people, the stamps, I guess, matter. I don't know anything to speak of at all about these guys. Yeah, there's no other stamp. Now, this was engraved, of course, with Saturday Knife Live number 200. And now the style, I believe I was told this was a tinker, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. What I do know are about the classics, and I have this one, and I'll let this one sit in for all of the other classics I have, because I have probably several, and so this guy can sit in for those. This is Save the Chubby Unicorn. Let's see what our Tang stamp looks like there. There you go. And we have a Tang stamp. Everyone should know what's on these basic models, and as I get into some of these others, I'll open them up. Yeah, on here is an Olight mini or micro, which you just pull it off and it turns on. It's pretty cool. I like these things. And a CPR face shield that I'm actually using to carry around rule number 9 coin. I was gifted by someone special. Thanks, Troy. All right, there we go. Now, which direction shall we go? So I'm going to go to the one that I actually tend to carry and have with me. I carry it in this little pouch with a Boker canoe. And that's I believe this is called the Executive. Has a little bit of damage on it. It's one I picked up, like I said, from Mark Kaufman. The usual with the tweezers, toothpick, scissors. But it has the cuticle scraper and file, and then you have a small blade, large blade with your markings. Okay, and an orange peeler, I guess, which also can double as a small screwdriver. Very interesting arrangement. I like it a lot. For some reason, because of the size, it tends to end up in this pouch. I usually will wrap it with a rubber band, so I have a rubber band with me, and all those things that everyone does for EDC. There's so many people that describe EDC hacks much better than I'm ever going to, and so I don't try. But yeah, you get the idea. It keeps it in there better, so it doesn't slide around, and then I have a rubber band handy. So there you go. All right, moving on. So I guess we will run through all the Swiss Army knives before I move on to the others. And yes, there are others. There are quite a few others we'll be talking about. So we have here, I guess, the size one smaller than this. I'm not sure what it's called. Has the bottle opener, the cap opener, the can opener, the small blade, large blade, screwdriver, and all. So is that the camper or the trekker or something like that? I don't know. Yeah, there we go. There's too many of them. Way too many of them. You guys, talk about nerding out, and you take me for a ride when it comes to these guys, because there's so much to know. I feel like what do you call it? A novice, totally. So there we go with our markings. And I think some of these may actually be older models. Like I said, that I was able to pick up. So the other two that I have and I really like are a kind of a match set pair. So we have which one is this? I think this one is the the saw. There we go. So this is the camper, or deluxe camper, I think. So we have your main blade, your little blade. You have the file, which for some reason I'm not going to be able to get out. There we go. File saw. So that's kind of interesting with that middle saw there. The scissors, and obviously the can opener and cap opener. We have the parcel hook on the back. You have the all with the hole. I'm not sure what that means on which one that is, age-wise. My fingers don't want to work in here. Get in there. There we go. We have the screwdriver, the straight screwdriver, whatever that thing is, scraper. The eyeglass screw I've just stuck in this one because I like it. I've lost the pin. Need to stick one in there. And now this is kind of interesting because this is actually sharp. So this is a chisel. And this can actually be used to chisel into wood pretty good, or chisel into things, so, or scrape really good. So yeah, I like that. Very, very sharp edge there. So, okay, so that's that one. So its matching mate, I guess, is the Tinker, the Super Tinker, which comes with the pliers, and thus counts strongly as one of my multi-tool collection. Now the pliers aren't really big, but they're really good for grabbing something small that you just need to get a clip on and lift. Hot, like if you're camping, really good. So I keep these with me when we go camping, which never happens, I know. Comment there or here saying, yeah, when are we ever gonna go, or something like that. Probably when you're old enough not to want to. How's that? And then it'll just be, you know, fun. Haha, kidding. This is an older one, I think, or something. It has some stranger markings. Anyone want to help me there in the comments? There you go. I'd appreciate it, but there we go. So that's the Swiss Army knives that I have and carry. So the other part of this video, which is going to probably run long, is going to be on Swiss Army knife competitors, knockoffs, wannabes, and poor imitators. Now, in the poor imitator class, I mean, representing Texas, we have the Alamo. No, I'm teasing. And it's actually got pretty nice wood covers on it, but it is a Chinese-made. You can feel that spring's not even tenth as strong. There we go. So it's a Chinese-made stainless steel. Doesn't have anything really special. You know, all the tools that are on it are kind of interesting. So you have a, get that out here. You have an awl that is completely dull. It has no sharpened piece on it at all. So it's more like a punch, if you will. You have a potentially useless, oh no, actually it will grab my fingernail, nail cleaner. And the nail shaped thing is really horrible. So anyway, you know, you guys know the story. These things are really kind of humorous when you get down to it, and are not, like, really? I wouldn't do that with that one. Are really not very very useful, but like I said, this one's from the Alamo, so it represents that spot in my collection for all the touristy knockoff travel knives that you'll find at every truck stop and national park, anywhere you go. All right, so now here we go with another type of knockoff. Here with the stainless steel from China. I don't even know. This thing I think was for golfers, and it's like a Swiss Army-ish wannabe knife. So there you go. For what it's worth, I'm not going to even go into it. Now, a little more interestingly, I have representatives from multiple other countries, and so let's dive into these. This one with the bezel, whatever this is called. There we go. Is England Colonial, and so I don't know a whole lot about the Colonial Knife Company, but there you go. You can see that the can opener is of pretty different design. Bottle opener is pretty universal. A very thin if you will. I mean, I guess it's a little bit thicker and better, tighter screws than the Chinese, but very thin corkscrew that has no tension on it at all, and then a small blade, or more of an awl, chisel ground awl. So there you go. So that's the English version of the Swiss Army knife. Sorry about the cough there. Hopefully that gets edited out. So here we have another version from another country. This one, oh, this is from Colonial. This is from U.S. So the U.S. version of the Swiss Army knife, and I've gone ahead and stuck a screwdriver in it as well over here, just because it fits. I wanted to see, and it worked. And you can tell this one's a little bit older, but yeah, German. That's pretty much all the markings there. And I think this is probably an older model. You can see it's well oiled to keep it there. Has a little bit of damage here on the end. It was acquired, like I said, in a lot arrangement from, I think, Mark Kaufman, like I said, and I appreciate it because I have a huge collection now that I know very little about. So it's so much fun to learn about as I go. And the last one here in this soon-to-be long video is German here, or English one, rather. It's not English, it's whatever. Anyway. Okay, so this is from the Sheffield, England one from Rogers. It's a hollow ground, which makes it different. Feels like it's a little bit better. Inox, yeah. It's an Inox steel, which makes it stand out, really. Those two, the cap opener, I mean the can opener, bottle opener, can opener is thick like the US version, I guess. And then coming over here, we have a saw. Needs a little more maintenance on it, but it's doing pretty good. So there you have it. This is the English version. So English, German, US, Chinese, Swiss. Wow. Long video. So if you managed to make it here, please leave a like and a comment. I never say that, and so if you see this, you better leave a like and say, hey, you asked me to comment, so I'm commenting. And then I'll give you extra props when I reply, because I'll be like, wow, you actually watched all of that? You crazy SOB. Just kidding. Anyway, seriously, I hope you all have enjoyed another peek into another aspect of my collection. I'd love to hear about your Swiss Army knives, anything like that, and I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. This has been Patrick. Bye.